Somebody got to turn off their music like, whoa. Yo, turn that off. Motherfucker, turn that off. Turn your music off. Cut out. That shit cannot go over the air. What the fuck the matter with you? Turn your mic off. We don't want to hear whoa right now. Y'all be doing some dumb ass shit, bro. Nigga, whoa. Put a whoa on that shit, that song. You know, good and damn well they won't let your video play with music nowadays. You know what I mean? Okay, let me get all this shit started. 1, 2, 3. Start the Instagram and then I could get started. Yeah, I miss and love Black Rob too, man. But don't fuck up the broadcast. You feel me? Peace to Yahuwah, peace to Yahuwah. This your man Jonah Bay with Counsultation Wednesday.
This conference will now be recorded.
If y'all wasn't on yesterday's private build, y'all really, really missed one, boy. Y'all really missed a good one. Now, I'm gonna elaborate on it today. I got a new document that I actually wrote last night. I'm just gonna give you a snippet of the lesson that I taught yesterday that y'all have to do, right? And what I'm talking about is constitutional. Why? Because the only thing that's even where you can go into Superior Court or Supreme Court, or whether you're doing a appeal, it must be a constitutional issue or question. So everything you're gonna have to do is through Constitution. I don't give a fuck what the other teachers are telling y'all. It's the absolute truth. I got a pic of it. I gotta put that on my social media. The pic of what was on the walls of a courthouse, right? And it said the only thing that an appeal court looks at is violations of the state or federal constitution. That's all they look for. So if you aren't using the Constitution, you can't even appeal it and win. Your case is going to get kicked out, right? But I'm going to also show you that you have to do an affidavit, a correct affidavit as a real man and woman. If not, you can't get the protections of the Constitution. And it goes back to a Constitution from 1877, Georgia Constitution 1877. I've been telling y'all for years and years and years to study y'all's states' constitutions and know it left and right, but y'all haven't been doing that. Hell, y'all don't even know exactly what your state's Bill of Rights says, less more the Constitution. Y'all are failing. It's very disappointing. But here it go. All your paperwork, you must make it a correct affidavit. You must swear in. Y'all should be recording or writing notes right now on what I'm about to say, because there is changes to the swear in. And it goes, I Scott, comma, Jonah John, one of we, the people of Georgia. What did I just do? I named who the grantor was. See, in y'all's Constitution, the grantor of the Constitution and the government, their name is we the people. You have to use that same name to invoke the ownership of the trust, to invoke that you are the grantor of the trust. You have to use we the people. In the federal Constitution, in the preamble, it says we the people. In the state's Constitution, it says we the people of Georgia, right? So now I'm in my proper position as the king over the government. And then I say, I hereby invoke the common law jurisdiction. Do y'all know what that means? Do y'all know what that means? To invoke the common law jurisdiction. What does that mean? You don't have to guess. All you have to do is look it up. How do you look it up, Jonah? That's three different words together. You can't put definition. You put the word meaning. Common law jurisdiction meaning. Common law jurisdiction meaning. Let's find out what it says. I'm in AI overview. I can go deeper into Wikipedia or Wex or whatever, but there ain't no need. Common law, also known as judicial precedent, judge-made law, or case law, is a body of law primarily developed through judicial decision rather than statutes and codes. Y'all understand that? So, if you want to be under the common law, it means that they have to go by the Supreme Court's decisions. Supreme Court decision is called common law. And in the Supreme Court, they only deal with Constitution, just like I told you earlier. That's all they deal with. So you got to invoke the common law jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Then you want to put in a case law, a Supreme Court case law that says your point, right? That's why I said I invoke the common law jurisdiction. And then I go on to write, which means you are amendable to me. Do y'all know what the word amendable means? That's Constitution. Did y'all know that? In the actual Georgia Constitution, it tells them that they are amendable to we, the people of Georgia. Is it making sense to y'all why I chose the words that I chose? Amendable. And it's coming out of Oxford Law. I could have pulled up. Oxford is my favorite. See? See? I got straight up encyclopedia dictionaries from Oxford. That's my favorite joint. My library is extensive, right? I've been doing this shit before it was on the internet. Plain and simple, right? Now it says a person open, responsive to suggestion, easily persuaded or controlled. Now, the second meaning says capable of being acted upon in a particular way, susceptible to. Now, the similar words is compliant, acquiescence, biddable, manageable, controllable, governable, fixable, obedient, submissive, docile, accommodating, persuadable, easily handled, meek, tame, flexible, malleable, amendable. See, when you use the term we, the people, you make them amendable to you. You make them compliant and submissive. Just like when you got my injunction, travel injunction in, based on the Constitution, the cops on the side of the road is very amendable to you, agreeable. You don't get no tickets or nothing. Act very nice. That's the power of the Constitution. But anyway, amendable, right? Let me go back to swearing in. Then I wrote declared in front of a notary who has authority to administer oaths under penalty of perjury under the laws of the United States of America that the after mention is true and correct. That's how I swear in. Before I say one word, that's on my paper to swear in because I'm giving testimony as a real man and woman. I got to swear in. You don't swear in, you have no rights. Only a real man and a real woman can actually swear in and be one of the people. And the people are the ones who created the government and created the Constitution, which is the trust instrument that controls government. Okay. Now, don't worry. I have, it's called the Affidavit of No Jurisdiction. I should have it on my site by tomorrow. It says way more than this. This affidavit of no jurisdiction reverses all the cases that y'all been in because they didn't have jurisdiction in the first place. It violated the Constitution. I'm actually going to do another one too, a part B. The price of it is going to be $201 on jonahbay.com. This is something y'all absolutely want to get. This is something that can reverse all those cases that y'all have if y'all fully comprehend it, which y'all should. All you gotta do is read it and look it up in your Constitution. Make sure your Constitution says the same thing, but it will. It will. Before you use it, actually comprehend it. It's very short. Right? Now I'm going to walk you into the 1877 Georgia Constitution. I'm going to have to give y'all a little lesson on the Constitution, state Constitution, because y'all really don't comprehend. I'm going to prove what I just said in my swearing in that it's all true. 1877 Georgia Constitution Preamble. To perpetuate the principles of a free government. Ensure justice to all. Preserve peace. Promote the interests and happiness of the citizens and transmit to prosperity the enjoyment of liberty. Here it is. It tells you who's doing it. We, the people of Georgia, relying upon the protection and guidance of Almighty God, do ordain and establish this Constitution. Who made the Constitution? It told you in the preamble. We, the people of Georgia. Don't you know there's only one person really that can control a trust? The grantor, the one who created it. We, the people of Georgia, created this Constitution. The other person that can control a trust, but they got to go through a court system, is the beneficiary. Now, you just so happen to be both. You are the grantor and the beneficiary of those republic constitutions called the state's constitutions, right? Stop listening to everyone else. Read the document, tells you who, what, when, where, how, and why. So we, the people, made the Constitution for the government workers, employees. Now, Article 1, Bill of Rights, Section 1, Paragraph 1. It's going to get into it. All government of right originates with who? The people. And is founded upon their will only. So the only will the government's supposed to have is the will of we the people. And is instituted solely for the good of the whole. Public officers are the trustees. I told you it was a trust. Public officers are trustees. The governor, the president, cops, lawyers, judges, all of them. The mailman, all of them are trustees and servants of the people. Who? Who you got to be for them to be your servant? You got to use the actual name of the grantor. The name of the grantor is we, the people of Georgia. That's giving them your status. When you're swearing into a document, you're giving your status of who you are in accordance with the actual document called the state's constitution. If y'all comprehending and liking what I'm saying, let me get those ones. Let me get some likes and all that to try to beat this algorithm. Yeah, give me them ones, them likes and all that, so other people can hear this truth. All right, I see I got it everywhere. All right, let me go back to this Constitution. And then it says, public officers are the trustees and servants of the people, and at all times amendable to them. See why I said and told them in my swearing in on my affidavit that they were amendable? Because that's exactly what the Constitution says. They have to do what I say. They are amendable. See the power of reading and comprehending? You are amendable to me. What I say goes. I'm the boss. You can't be the boss if you ain't using the name of the boss. Y'all know that, right? Okay. Can we notarize an affidavit and send it to the Secretary of State? That's a dumbass question. And do you know what you're doing and what you're saying to them? Every fucking affidavit has to be notarized or it's not a fucking affidavit. See, your question tells me you don't know how to do a proper affidavit. No one who knows how to do a proper affidavit would ever ask the question, can I notarize it? Or can I send it to the Secretary of State? That tells me you don't know your Constitution as well. Because the Constitution says you have the right to address the government for redress and grievances. Redress and grievances. You can sign it to any. Could you have two witnesses? No, you can't. Having two witnesses sign your affidavit does not make it an affidavit according to the rules of the United States motherfucking United States Republic. That's not the rules of the United States Republic. How do I know that, Jonah? Why you say that, Jonah? Is that true? Nigga, because I know. I'm going to read it to you right out of this motherfucking Constitution. The problem is you don't know shit. Punch me. Stop asking me questions and take notes. Stop asking me them dumbass questions and take notes. I shouldn't have to tell you what to do. The damn Constitution is supposed to tell you what to do. All right. Now, I'm going to have to get into judiciary of this Constitution. For Georgia Constitution that I'm in, it's called Article 6. Just because he asked them damn questions. I don't even know why I'm reading them damn questions on Instagram. It interferes with my lesson. Y'all really don't know how to have the proper etiquette. You're not supposed to ask someone a goddamn question while they doing their lecture. You're supposed to wait until the time to ask your questions. But I guess your mama didn't teach you proper etiquette. Okay. Article 6, Judiciary, Section 1. Paragraph 1. The judicial powers of this state shall be vested in a Supreme Court. And then it has a comma. So that's one complete sentence. Right? So what's the highest court? Supreme Court. Then it says, the judicial powers of this state shall be vested in Superior Court. What's the next highest court? Superior Court on your state level. That's the highest court. Then it says, the judicial powers of this state shall be invested in courts of ordinary. Then it says, that's like, I don't really know what courts of ordinary. I'm going to have to look that up, what those are. And then it says, the judicial powers of the state shall be vested in justice of the peace. Then it says, the judicial powers of this state shall be vested in commission notary publics. So the goddamn Constitution says that commission notary publics is the court. You have to do an affidavit. You have to swear in front of someone who's able to lawfully take your oath. Your two fucking friends can't take your swearing of your oath? That was a dumbass question. You need a court officer, which is a commissioned notary public, to take your oath, to take your swearing in. Y'all gonna have to go back to the drawing board. Y'all really don't know anything about law, yo. This is what your ancestors wrote. You know, when this Constitution was created, melanated people was in control of the whole government. Matter of fact, we were still in control of most of the world when this shit was written. This your ancestors saying what you have to do. But y'all listening to all these gurus, y'all don't have to listen. When you're listening to me, you're not listening to me as a guru. You're listening to me read the actual documents your ancestors left. You listening to me read the actual laws. You listening to me read their statute, rules, codes, rules, and regulations, and I teach you how to beat it. I have you look it up. And you're supposed to be reading along with me when I'm reading it. Ain't no need to check on me, but no one else teaches the way I do. Stop listening to people's hearsay and listen to the actual law, the actual document. But I'm not done yet. Nowhere near fucking done yet. This is something I'm going to read to y'all. It's a joint that I'm going to have to create. Probably going to create it tonight. I'm in Judiciary, which is Article 6, Judiciary, in the 1877 Georgia Constitution, and I'm going down to Section 4, Paragraph 1. And I've been talking about this shit for years. Y'all just don't understand it. It says, the Superior Court shall have exclusive jurisdiction in cases of divorce. What do the word exclusive mean? Exclusive means it's the only court. It's the only court for divorce. Do y'all know y'all niggas in Georgia been getting divorces in state court? In probate court? Did you know they lack jurisdiction? That means you didn't even really have a divorce. It wasn't in the right jurisdiction. Yeah. And when you were married, it was done in probate court. It wasn't the right jurisdiction to even be married. But let me go on. Now that was a comma. So that's one complete sentence. Now let me start it over to show you the second sentence. The Superior Court shall have exclusive jurisdiction in criminal cases where the offender is subject to loss of life. So the death penalty, it can only be heard by Superior Court in Georgia. Supreme Court would be the place where you would have an appeal go to, but the only place that can hear it, exclusive, the only place that can hear it. Do you know they've been doing that in state court? That's the wrong jurisdiction. They lack subject matter jurisdiction, personal jurisdiction, and all that. You can get that case reversed. Any case. All right, hold on. Let me go on. Let me finish reading. The Superior Court shall have exclusive jurisdiction in cases of confinement in the penitentiary. Wait a minute, Jonah. If I get a DUI, they put me in jail. Did they take you to a case in Superior Court before they put you in jail? No. Oh, they lack subject matter jurisdiction. That means you can get all those DUIs reversed and kicked out. It was unconstitutional. Well, Jonah, I got into a fight. They had us in state court. Yeah. Domestic dispute. They had me in magistrate court or state court. All of that shit was illegal. It was done without proper jurisdiction because it said exclusive. Okay. What about child support? Yeah. They had you in some bullshit hearing, administrative court. It had to be done in Superior Court. But let me keep on reading. The Superior Court shall have exclusive jurisdiction in cases to respecting titles of land. That means when you got foreclosed on, foreclosure had to be done in Superior Court. They do it on the court steps. And then they do a dispossessory hearing, and they do it in magistrate court or small claims court. All unconstitutional, and it was done in the wrong jurisdiction, which means all of that shit was fraud, and you can undo it. See the problem? Y'all don't know the law, so y'all can't enforce the law, so y'all can't back these people up. Y'all didn't even go into cases as we the people either. Y'all are the problem. I'm gonna reveal some more truth to y'all tonight about this shit. But let me go on. The Superior Court shall have exclusive jurisdiction in cases of equity. Do you know what an equity case is? It's a civil lawsuit. So every bank, when they were suing you, credit card, repo for a car, I don't care what it was supposed to be in Superior Court because it has exclusive jurisdiction. That's called, you do a Rule 60 on the shit that I'm saying right now to undo all that shit. But I ain't done. See, y'all were supposed to be on the last two webinars I did that showed you all of this shit. Y'all didn't show up. Very few people showed up. I think one, it was like 58 people. The other one was 41 people. Y'all don't want to be free. Y'all don't want to be free. All right, let me go on. Let me go on. So I'm out of that part, right? But I'm far from done. I'm far from done. Because I'm in the same section, but I'm going down to paragraph 7. This was done in way back in 1877. Paragraph 7. The court shall render judgment without the verdict of a jury in civil cases founded on unconditional contracts in writing. That means if you signed a contract and you didn't put no conditions in it with the bank, they get to have court cases without a jury. This was done way back in 1877. This is why the banks, when you put redeeming lawful money, you put some type of condition, they call that a non-negotiable instrument. They won't accept it. Non-negotiable instrument, they won't accept it. Because you put a condition. Because if you put a condition, you have to have a jury trial. Right? Let me finish reading. And it says, where the issuable defense is not under oath or affirmation. Y'all probably don't comprehend what that says. Issuable. Issuable means when you're doing your defense, and it's not filed under an oath or affirmation, they can do a trial without a jury. That means you motherfuckers don't know how to do a proper affidavit. That allows them to have these court cases without a jury because you don't know how to do an affidavit. It says your defense must be under oath and affirmation. That means it gotta be an affidavit, a proper affidavit as a real man. This shit is in the Constitution. Everything they've been able to do to you is all because you never knew how to do an affidavit properly as a real man and woman under the confines of the Constitution. But y'all can learn it. All you had to do is go to Jonah Bay and buy my affidavit workshop. Or you can buy the affidavit that I'm putting on the website tonight That's going to be $201. Y'all don't know the rules of the Constitution or anything. So that means when the court brings you into court, the state, right? And you didn't answer them with an actual real affidavit, you waived your right to jury. You waived your right to win. You waived your right. They are now allowed to treat you as a 14th Amendment citizen. You didn't come in as we the people. Only we the people aren't 14th Amendment citizens. We the people of Georgia. Now, I can drop enough jewels on you for tonight. I'm going to open up the call lines. See if y'all even comprehended the shit I said tonight. Y'all, this is definitely a show you are supposed to. You're going to have to study it, listen to it mad times to really comprehend this shit. I dropped so much information on you tonight. I know y'all don't really comprehend. Right? So let me open up the call line. Donald L. Bay, peace to Yahuwah.
Peace to Yahuwah.
What up?
Man, I'm trying to keep up with you. You just keep dropping so much shit, so many jewels. Damn.
This was all a part of the 2 webinars, y'all. Y'all didn't understand how to use it. Most people didn't come to the webinar. They don't even have the background to utilize what I'm saying. It's a damn shame. I'm going to keep on moving, though. Yep. So what do you think about the information I dropped tonight?
I appreciate how you're making our paperwork more solid. Damn, I mean, it's crazy. You just come up with some shit, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
Right. And everyone talks about Article 3 court, Article 3 court. How the fuck you going to get to an Article 3 court if you don't understand the Constitution? I just gave y'all the Article 3 court, which is the Supreme Court on the federal level. The Article 3 court on the state level is called Superior Court. Y'all don't know how to invoke it. Now, let's see how many of y'all actually buy this affidavit I'm putting up tonight for $201.
I'm on it, but question, why is it 201? Is there some meaning with the 201?
Oh, yeah. What do 2 and 1 add up to?
3.
What is the universe created from?
Hell if I know. Got me.
3, 6, and 9 is the Fibonacci sequence of life. The flower of life, the flower of all creation. 3, 6, and 9.
I knew it had to be something deep. Yep.
I don't know if it's deep, it's just facts. Just like man, especially the carbonated man, is made from 666. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. And they try to tell you that's evil.
Right. Mark the beast 666, right.
You trying to say I'm just straight evil from the giddy up?
Right.
To be alive, to be living is evil. Now, did you know that live and evil is the same word? Live, if you put it backwards, is evil. Evil, if you put it backwards, is live. This is how they play on your mind.
Yeah.
Now, the Moors, right? Our Semitic languages, we always read from right to left. Right. So when you look at the word evil, it means to live. When you read the word live in English, you got evil. Yep. Anything else you want to add on, brother?
I got a couple questions.
Yes.
Yeah, you ain't getting off early tonight like last time. got hands up. So, question is, I need clarification on a document about the file. I did a discovery on a traffic ticket. I defaulted them out, and so I never got an answer. And I spoke to you about this before. You told me I need to.
You're supposed to put in what's the name to dismiss. You put that in. Motion to dismiss.
I did the motion to dismiss. Yeah.
And what has happened so far?
So they still haven't answered. They've done nothing.
How long ago was that?
It's got to be about 30 days or so. 40 days. Now, I spoke to you about this before. You told me that I need to write to them and tell them they're violating due process and, that I'm snitching on them, right?
Yeah, you need to go to the superior court judge of your county and show them everything that they did. Write a note or affidavit, write an affidavit to them that they violating your due process and all that stuff.
Okay, because that'll be like a separate. That's not nothing added on to the motion to dismiss paperwork. That's just a separate. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. You're snitching.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that doesn't go to the actual the court that I'm dealing with.
You can show them a copy, give them a copy, but write to the head judge of the superior court. Right. That's the only constitutional court. He deals with constitutional problems. If you don't do that, then that nigga go play golf. He don't have no work to do.
Right. Okay, cool. Last question. So in trying to help somebody with a DUI case, they actually did a form to obtain service of a court-appointed counsel. So they would need to be fired first, dismissed.
Say again. I was flirting with my wife. I didn't hear you.
Oh, no problem. So in helping someone with a DUI case, and they actually did a form to obtain service of a court-appointed counsel, that counsel would need to be dismissed or fired.
Yeah,
right?
The Constitution, once again, your problem is y'all don't really know y'all's Constitution. It says you can defend yourself with or without a lawyer. And yes, fire them. Now, secondly, you need to listen to this show I did tonight 9 times because you don't even understand what I gave you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over it, but because I was thinking about doing the written discovery for that.
You can do a written discovery, but why the fuck if they never had jurisdiction? I told you don't understand what the fuck you was given tonight. But to keep it more simple, you could do the written discovery.
Right. So because I was thinking of doing the written discovery, but would I need to have him fire the counsel before, or you can do the written discovery and then fire the counsel?
No, you got to fire him before. You're going to, listen, anything that you do must be in affidavit form. And it must be in writing. So you fire him in writing. Did you say it to his face? And then you say it in court. Anyone who in this court who thinks they represent me or my name and my property, you are fired, you are fired, you are fired. I can tell you ain't been in the archives because I showed y'all how to do that in court and I talked about doing it. You're not doing your studying, brother.
I'm trying to keep up with you now. But yeah, I hear you. I got to make time to get in there.
You have to. It's your life.
Yep.
All right, then, peace.
All right, peace.
Jarul Messiah Bay. Jaru the Damager.
Peace to the Yahoo. What's
Peace
up,
to
man?
Yahoo. What up?
Yeah, you the only one to know about that, man. I appreciate that.
I'm so damn old.
Hey, well, don't tell your age then, man. Don't let nobody know what's going on.
I don't care about that. You know, I want people to know my age. See, everyone else looks down on getting older. I relish in it. Why? I need to get the respect that I am. I am the age that I am. Too many people treat me like I'm their contemporary. Nigga, I'm not 30. I'm not 20. I'm none of that. I'm truly your elder. And got the wisdom of a nigga who's 100.
Yeah, I like the way you broke that down. I accept that, man, because I definitely I've always accepted my age and whatever come with it, whether it's grades or whatever. So I definitely, man, I appreciate you saying that.
Right.
That validates my actions, man. So
It shows we lived. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Surely. Hey,
So what's up? What do you want to talk about?
I don't want to take up too much time, but I do want to say this, man. Hey, gratitude for the jewels you dropped in the bill yesterday, what you did in these webinars, and then also what you just dropped tonight. It made a lot of
Well, yesterday I talked about it. Today I read to you exactly what to write.
Yeah. I'm going back there. I'm about to do some more deep diving on this, and I went and found that the one that Solar mentioned with the administrative procedure.
Yes.
I went and found that actual date.
Oh, you be on it, don't you?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to keep up with it, man.
We're trying to give people the shortcuts, right? And a lot of times they're not jumping on it.
Yeah,
that smells good,
them,
baby.
I can only speak for myself, man. I can't speak for them, but I appreciate the lashings that you sent out, man, about us getting on point, man.
Right.
Staying on point.
Someone said they're waiting to get in on GoToMeeting. I don't know nothing about unlocking, but I just hit it. Did it let them in?
I don't know that.
I think it let them in. That shit ain't even supposed to. Yeah, it let them in. It ain't even supposed to be locked. That's some bullshit. But go ahead.
Yeah, so one of the things I was gonna say is I appreciate the way you just opened up with respects to being one of the people from whatever country that you in that you call a state.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's a major play to, as you mentioned, invoke the common law jurisdiction of the Constitution.
Right.
And that's something that they can't get around.
Can't get around.
When you're using the language, you're using their words against them. Like
the only way for them to get around that is to rebut your affidavit. And how the hell they gonna do that when it's based on the straight Constitution?
They're gonna perjure themselves if they do that. So
they're not going. One thing about these judges and these lawyers, they won't put nothing in affidavit because they don't want to perjure themselves. They won't do it.
Yeah.
They want to act as if you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, for sure. They bluff game strong. You know what I mean?
But see, they can't bluff you if you have the knowledge. They can only bluff people that don't know what they're supposed to know. And that's why I be checking niggas and getting on them for not knowing what they're supposed to know. You're not gonna fake it. It's like the brother's questions in the beginning when I'm reading. I'm like, yo, I know you don't know shit, bro. Your very questions is done. Your very question shows you don't know this Constitution. You don't know your rights. Should I get an affidavit notarized? Nigga, if it's not notarized, you don't have an affidavit. Fuck you mean?
Yeah. Like I said, man,
I'm gonna use biblical, and I'm gonna have two witnesses. Dog. Is the Bible the same as the Constitution?
It's a trust indenture.
Is it the same as the Constitution?
And that, are you saying that like in regards to trust indenture, I would say yes.
Impossible. So Washington is the same as Georgia?
Oh no, not at all.
Well, what's the difference? What's the difference?
With respect to the boundaries.
The word for that is jurisdiction. Washington is one jurisdiction. Georgia is another. New York is another. The Bible is one jurisdiction. The Constitution is another jurisdiction. You cannot use other jurisdictions' laws in this jurisdiction.
Okay.
I cannot use the laws of Tokyo here in Georgia. Right? Now, if I do want to use the Bible, I would have to invoke the religious clause that's in the Georgia Constitution or the religious clause that's in the federal Constitution and then bring in the Bible. But I cannot bring it in without invoking the Constitution first.
I see it clear.
Because it's a different jurisdiction.
I definitely like the way you broke that down.
A lot of people don't understand jurisdiction. I cannot buy a burger from Burger King and try to return it to McDonald's. Why? Two different jurisdictions, two different companies. I can't go shopping at Target, buy a TV, and take it back to Walmart. This is common sense stuff. See what I'm saying about how people really don't be comprehending shit. They don't comprehend jurisdiction, and it's real simple. I tell people all the time, "Oh, you got a beef with me. You don't like something I did. You can't go to Shaka."
Right.
That's two different jurisdictions. That's two different companies. You got to come to me. Or vice versa. I used to wild out on people that be calling me talking about Joey did this, Joey did that. Oh, hell no. Call Joey. Don't fucking put me in the middle. Trying to put me in some he say, she say shit. Fuck that. You got a problem with him, go to him. Even the Bible tells you to what? Go to your enemy and talk to him.
Yeah, go to your enemy first.
Yep. Unless you be pulled into court.
Hey, well, listen, man. Look, I appreciate it, man. I definitely was jumping in, man, to let you know I appreciate it, man.
All right.
These jewels that
Yo,
you
keep
drop,
up the studying, man. I see you, boy, pulling up old shows that's gonna help you digest it. I see you, boy. I see you. Ja Rule the damage, you're doing damage.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming to break some damage, man. Gratitude, man. Peace to the Yahoo.
Peace to Yahoo. All right, Jay Cali, what's the dilly, yo?
Peace to Yahuwah.
Peace to Yahoo.
All right. So the new beginning of our oath at the beginning of any affidavit is I, whoever your name is, one of we the people.
Mm-hmm.
I hereby invoke the common law jurisdiction, which means you are amendable to me.
Sound like you took notes.
And then
Now y'all just got the swearing in part, but y'all don't even have the body of the affidavit of no jurisdiction, which is what y'all gonna need. But I gave y'all the swearing in because I talked about it yesterday in the show. I just wanted y'all to actually hear it because I'm sure y'all was gonna make it more difficult than it was. If you notice, I barely put any more words into the regular swearing from the affidavit webinar.
No, and I love the word invoke.
Mm-hmm.
Because I invoked my religious rights when COVID was happening, and boy, they just backed the hell up after that.
You have to invoke those rights, and you have more rights if you use the boss's name. We, the people of Georgia.
Okay, so when we're writing our certiorari's.
Oh shit! That remind me, John. Go ahead.
Are we using state laws when we're at, or we're using the Supreme Court judgments, basically?
It don't matter. You can use both. If you use it depends on where you're doing that certiorari at. You know there's more than one certiorari. Hold on, I'm about to show you. That's why I meant to talk about it tonight and forgot.
Just come back to me.
Nah, keep on talking. I'm gonna have to read while you talking.
I don't know how you do that, by the way. Now,
yeah, it's hard as fuck.
1849 does not. This is California. Does not mention the word amendable.
It doesn't matter. Didn't the hold on. Go back to the Articles of Confederation. Didn't it say
Okay.
any rights that you had in one state, you have in all?
Oh, what it says in the California Constitution should be a general nature or general.
Right, but I go
Yeah.
back to the original. The original says any right you have in one state, you have in all states.
Okay. So
Remember,
two, though,
the Articles of Confederation is supreme law of the land. It's higher than the constitutions.
Supremacy clause.
Yes.
That's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay. Mine says all political power. This is number 2, by the way, in the Bill of Declaration of Rights. All political power is inherent in people. We the people.
Mm-hmm.
Government is instituted for the protection, security, and benefit of people, and they have the right. The people have the right to alter and reform the same whenever the general public may require it. So in other words, they need to be amendable, right?
That just said it.
Yeah.
It said it differently, but it said it. It said the people, y'all can change anything.
Now, number 10 says the people have the right to freely assemble together to consult with the common good, to instruct their representatives, and to petition the legislation for redress and grievances.
Redress and grievances. That's how you go to court. That's how you go to Superior Court. That's how you go to Supreme Court. You don't do 1983 suit. You don't do 241 and 242 suit no more. We do straight Constitution. 241, 242 got rules. 1983 got rules. Redress and grievances has no rules.
My question is to instruct their representatives. See, mine doesn't say trustees. Mine doesn't say servants. Mine doesn't say all the stuff your Georgia does. But the representatives are the trustees. They
all the same. How many times I gotta tell you this, John?
No.
If they're trustees in one state, they're trustees everywhere, whether they said it or not.
Exactly. So, but it says, and to petition the legislation for redress or grievances. It makes it seem like they want us to go to the government is the problem.
You can go to the government, and all of it is the government. A cop is part of the government. The governor is part of the government. The legislative body is part of the government.
Your employer is part of the government, right?
Me and you know that through Washington, D.C., but they're going to say no.
Yeah, but basically that's it, though, right? Because they are.
It's a whole different. It's a whole different way you would have to go about that.
Okay, have to prove it a different way. All right, gotcha.
Yes.
Grievances 10, infamous crime. I don't know about that. I got all kinds of questions.
Nah, you can't do that. We at the end of the show. It's 8:00, so I'm gonna try to get the rest of them up in here and out of here, and I want to go over this part of certiorari.
Oh, go for it then.
All right. So paragraph 5 of the judiciary of the 1877 Georgia Constitution says this: they shall have the power to correct errors in inferior judiciaries by writ of certiorari, which shall only issue on the sanction of the judge of said courts. This is why I told the brother earlier, he's going to write that to the Superior Court's head judge. And he needs to tell him to do a writ of certiorari to undo that case, because it was unconstitutional. They never had jurisdiction. Yeah, there is a writ of certiorari on the state level. Remember, Georgia is a micro republic. It's a smaller version of the federal government. So let me finish reading this, though. So let me start from the beginning. They shall have the power to correct errors in inferior judiciaries by the writ of certiorari, which shall only issue on sanction of the judge, and said courts and said judges thereof shall have the power to issue writs of mandamus, prohibition, sacrificus, and other writs that may be necessary for carrying their powers fully into effect, and shall have such other powers as are or may be conferred on them by law. There it is. Now, let me get to these last callers. Indigenous Overwatch, peace to Yahuwah. No one else can put their hands up. The show is over. I'm going to get to these last 3 people. I ain't taking no more. Indigenous Overwatch. Yes.
Hey, man, listen. I'm ready for this show to be over so I can go back and listen again. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't appreciate you giving us all this complicated ass shit breaking our brains today, man. God damn. Hey, okay. I had a question because I missed something you said earlier, and I was taking some notes, but then you turned around and answered the damn question about two minutes later. So I ain't got no question no more. Hey, man, I'm about to go listen to this shit again, man. Don't be laughing at me, Jonah, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, though.
It's all good. It's all good, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
All right, peace to Yahuwah, man. Appreciate you tuning in and telling us of your viewpoints on today's show, yo. Word.
Man, come on. I'm ready to go outside and fight somebody.
These niggas been locking us up in the wrong jurisdiction the whole time, whether we talk about state or federal. It don't even fucking matter. Exclusive means it's the only court that can hear it, and they took us into every other court but the right one. Every time.
You fucked me up when you said that they got the right to move forward with the proceedings and all that, without the motherfucking jury, because we ain't checking their ass on it. That shit
because y'all ain't putting in affidavits. See, one thing we noticed, once I did the affidavit workshop and we started putting in affidavits, we noticed immediately people's cases, they was winning their cases immediately. Right? We noticed we had judgments, bank judgments, credit cards judgments against people. We put in that affidavit, all of a sudden they said, oh, y'all got to go to mediation. They can't rule on for the bank anymore since we put in the proper affidavit. But what I didn't tell y'all until tonight was it was constitutional. You have to do a proper affidavit as a human, as one of we the people. Game changer, bro.
Yes, yeah. But once you reserve your right to change your mind when new and better information come along, right? So when you modified and upgraded the affidavit, right? And then you was like, man, fuck that the 241, 242. We just gonna do it like this now. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then the success rate went up and it was more testimony.
Yes.
But
absolutely.
If motherfuckers ain't been around that long,
they don't know. They think it's the second eye. I've been updating and making everything easier based on Constitution. And then we have the nerve to have a president that is a constitutional president, or trying to be, which is bananas.
Yeah, we spoke on that, on the fact that if you had the administration of this country's government either going to be pro-democracy or pro-republic.
Yep.
And right now it's pro-republic, and we got to take advantage of it.
We got to take advantage and get a lot done. All right, wonderful talking to you, my brother. L Tap. I told you, Quorum, you're not going to get answered. I told you no more questions. The show is over. You had no need to put your fucking hand up. Y'all niggas don't listen. Go ahead, brother.
Peace to you. Yo, I'll vote you for president, JB. Straight up and down. Hey, I'm going to make it short since we're at the end of the show. Again, it's crazy. what you just said and how you just addressed something I was getting ready to say. I said, I'm gonna give a quick testimony. According to the show tonight, and it goes along with the sworn affidavit.
Yep.
Yeah. So the sworn statements that I put in the first time in a court case, I put it in immediately after the webinar. I didn't do what we supposed to do. I was so excited, I rushed, and I didn't
slow your ass down.
I know, right. I had to get my consultation. I just thought I knew it. And so, anywho, when I showed you when I did the consultation afterwards, by then it was too late. You told me that, that's not done right. And when you broke it down to me, I redid it. I amended my sworn statements.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you that affidavit, what you just said. This is a straight testimony. When I did that, the case changed immediately.
Yep.
The opposing party, I'm the plaintiff.
Mm-hmm.
It blew my mind. They said in the upper right hand corner of their response was that we demand trial by jury. I didn't even ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
It blew my mind, and that's where I was going. But they asked for trial by jury, and simply because what they tried to do was they tried to get rid of this. This was what they did. They gave the court an ultimatum. They're like, "Yo, if you cannot dismiss his amended affidavit, then we want trial by jury."
Yeah, they can't. The only chance they got of winning now is try to convince a jury they're right and you're wrong.
Exactly. So I'm gonna have to figure out. I just want the jury to be of my peers, but they asked for the trial by jury, so that's just the thing there.
Not all you got to do is show the laws, man. They can't beat you. Make it a constitutional question. They can't beat you. Hey, ladybugs, where you coming from?
Peace and you, I'm gonna do that.
Coming from dance. All right, peace, yo.
Peace.
The protector. Peace to Yahoo. Protector. All right, he's gone. Hashim Bey. Peace to Yahoo.
Peace to Yahuwahs. How you doing, Jonah?
I'm doing wonderful, magnificent, and great. What up, though?
I love it when you say that. I hope that your health is wealthy and in good spirits. Thank you so much. My bad. I missed it last week. I wanted to just say thank you because I've said this on other bills and stuff like that. Y'all go ahead and stop playing and get into these bills on the Telegram group and all of that, Patreon. So y'all gotta stop playing, man. Jonah is just coming through just like, King Kong and shit, and just dropping anvils on your head. And knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And y'all playing, man. I feel it because I've benefited from a lot of this information, and when you start reading it for years and years, it's just the layers that start
unfolding.
Yeah, you see more stuff each time that you read it. You know what I'm saying? And you at the point now where it's like people don't realize what Jonah is doing, and just like you said with this president that's in, this is the greatest opportunity that we have. We got solar alignments coming up. You know what's happening on the 25th of this month, with Venus and
right
and all of that. Like, come on, like y'all don't see what's
the
going
stars
on.
is aligning for us to do exactly what I'm teaching y'all to do.
Exactly.
It's no better time.
Right here.
The time is now.
Facts. And so look, I realize people at different points of their journey. Go back and listen. You need to go ahead, print out a copy of the Constitution. All right, before what Pitchfork Tillman. Remember that? Pitchfork Tillman said they took our government back in about 1868, 70, somewhere in there.
They had to first force us to go to their schools and undereducate us, and then they could take the government and all that away. And they took it away because we forgot we the people of Georgia, we the people of New York. We forgot all that. We were taught we were slaves. So we never stepped into our proper position as Jonah Bey, one of we the people of the state of Georgia.
Yes, and dig in those archives because I mean, they're not. I say as much as I can, but I got to go through myself. Remember, you was talking the story about how we used to be so powerful just using the Constitution.
Yeah.
That they tried to summon a bey, a lawbringer, into court, and he whipped the officiary of the court for even coming to it, bringing that summons to the court. That's how much power. And Jonah,
in this new affidavit I'm putting up, right? I'm putting up tonight on jonabbay.com. Last thing I told him to do was, I demand that the state compensate me for the legal fees I have for defending this case, which is $9,000. Took me 5 minutes to write it. You paying me $9,000?
That's an injunction. It's already on record.
I already know. That's why I put the price of that, because you already got the contract out there for that.
Exactly. And they tacitly acquiesced. They agreed.
Absolutely. They never rebutted that affidavit. So every time there's an issue, I can charge $9,000 a minute.
I didn't put a minute in there. I didn't know.
Most people didn't, but I did. But anyway, it's all good. Yeah, well, the difference is, you want to charge them something you can actually get.
Right.
You don't want to charge no exorbitant price that they're never going to pay you. They can't afford it. Exactly. You got to be within reason. Not even Johnny Cochran was $9,000 a minute.
Yeah, I mean, you got to put them in a position where they can lose their position, or there's rules when you're hired that you can't cost your company large sums of money like that.
Right,
to lose their job. That's why you have to put a fee or amount to it.
Right.
Like the injunction is so perfect. It's the culmination of everything where we're at right now. And I'm gonna say this, because of the things. If you just follow what Jonah is teaching holistically, it will solve problems preemptively
before you even get them. Yep.
And that's really
where it's at, bro.
Let's just be honest. That's where niggas need to do this, because niggas is hard headed and they always get in trouble.
Can y'all let the cat out?
They get into these situations, and look, it's good for business, but at the same time, it's like you still going through the same shit, really?
Right?
You know what I mean?
Fact.
If you really listen to Jonah, they can't even really pull you into court. So, if you don't mind, let me share this.
Nah. We at the end. I gotta get off. We way past. We 15 minutes in. This ain't like the bill. We can go on and on and on, but on the show, we got a time period.
All right, Jonah.
I'll talk to you again soon, brother. All right, peace.
Appreciate it. Peace.
All right, the Protector, last caller. Protector, what up?
Yo, you can hear me?
Yes.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna get the affidavit, right, that you're putting up tonight. So when you say we invoke the common law, okay, and then we're gonna use case law as our defense of the substance that we're standing on within the affidavit. I mean, I don't got it, but I'm imagining we're gonna have to look up case law by pertinent state. So
I already got a case law in it to say what we talking about, but go ahead.
So, okay, for the particular charges, am I answering those particular charges?
How you gonna have to answer any charge when the charge was done? Listen, you're challenging jurisdiction and you're proving they didn't have it through the Constitution. There ain't nowhere. You're not talking about no case because there shouldn't be no case.
True. All right, I just needed that clarification. I'm glad I answered that question.
All right then. I didn't think that was a dumb question at all.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, peace to Yahoo.
All right, peace.
All right, that's our show for today. I hope y'all enjoyed. I know it's a lot to unpack. Y'all need to listen to this shit at least 3 times for the geniuses. The regular people, 6 times. For the slower people, the retarded people, retard means slower, 9 times, all right? With that being said, peace to Yahoo.